The dance of shadows in the ancient town of Duskwood, where the streets were narrow and the buildings seemed to whisper tales of old, shadows held a peculiar significance. By day, the town appeared ordinary, if not a bit quaint, with its cobblestone streets and ivy-clad cottages. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, Duskwood transformed into a place where shadows came alive, weaving a tapestry of mystery and magic. Lena, a young artist with an insatiable curiosity, had recently moved to Duskwood. She was drawn to the town's enigmatic charm, hoping it would inspire her work. Her new home, a quaint cottage on the edge of the town, overlooked the dense, shadowy forest that seemed to breathe with an ancient life of its own. One evening, as twilight settled over Duskwood, Lena set up her easel near her window. She watched as the long fingers of shadows stretched across the town, creating an ever-changing landscape of light and dark. Intrigued, she began to sketch, capturing the fluid dance of the shadows. As she worked, Lena noticed something unusual. The shadows seemed to move independently, swirling and intertwining in a way that defied the laws of nature. She rubbed her eyes, convinced it was a trick of the fading light, but the shadows continued their dance, seemingly aware of her presence. Curiosity piqued, Lena decided to investigate further. She grabbed a lantern and ventured outside, following the shadows as they flickered and swayed. They led her through the winding streets of Duskwood, past the old church and the silent marketplace, until she found herself standing before the entrance to the forest. The forest was a place of deep mystery, known to the townspeople as the Shadow Grove. Legends spoke of ancient spirits that resided within, guardians of secrets long forgotten. Undeterred, Lena took a deep breath and stepped into the grove, the lantern's light casting eerie patterns on the trees. As she ventured deeper, the shadows grew thicker, enveloping her in a cocoon of darkness. The forest seemed to hum with a low, melodic rhythm, and Lena felt a strange sense of anticipation, as if something was waiting for her. She continued on, her footsteps silent on the moss-covered ground. Eventually, Lena reached a clearing bathed in the soft light of the moon. In the center stood an ancient stone archway, its surface covered in intricate carvings. The shadows danced around the archway, beckoning her closer. Lena approached, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. As she stood before the archway, the shadows converged, forming the figure of a tall, elegant woman. Her eyes glowed with an ethereal light, and her presence exuded a sense of timeless wisdom. "Welcome, Lena," the woman said, her voice like a gentle breeze. "I am NYX, the guardian of the shadows. You have been drawn here because you possess a gift, the ability to see beyond the veil of the ordinary." Lena's breath caught in her throat. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. NYX smiled, her eyes softening. "The shadows are not merely the absence of light. They are living, breathing entities, guardians of secrets and keepers of the past. You have the rare ability to communicate with them, to understand their dance. They have chosen you as their witness, to share their stories with the world." Lena felt a surge of awe and responsibility. "What must I do?" "Listen to the shadows," NYX replied. "Let them guide your hand and your heart. Through your art, you can reveal the hidden truths and forgotten tales of Duskwood. But remember, with this gift comes great responsibility. Use it wisely, and the shadows will be your allies." With that, NYX began to fade, her form dissolving into the darkness. "Farewell, Lena. Trust in yourself and in the shadows. They will never lead you astray." Left alone in the clearing, Lena felt a profound sense of purpose. She returned to her cottage, her mind buzzing with the possibilities of what she had learned. That night, she sketched feverishly, her hand guided by the unseen forces of the shadows. Her artwork transformed, capturing the essence of the shadows' dance and the secrets they held. Days turned into weeks, and Lena's reputation as an artist grew. Her pieces, infused with the magic of the shadows, captivated the townspeople and visitors alike. Each painting told a story, a glimpse into the hidden world of Duskwood. People marveled at the depth and mystery of her work, unaware of the ancient secrets that whispered through each brushstroke. One evening, as Lena stood before her latest masterpiece, she felt a familiar presence. NYX appeared beside her, a look of approval in her glowing eyes. "You have done well, Lena," she said. "The shadows are pleased with your work. You have brought their stories to light, honoring their existence and preserving their legacy." Lena smiled, a sense of fulfillment washing over her. "Thank you, NYX. I will continue to listen and to create, sharing the beauty and mystery of the shadows with the world." As NYX faded into the darkness once more, Lena knew that her journey was far from over. The shadows still had many stories to tell, and she was their chosen vessel. With a heart full of gratitude and determination, Lena embraced her role, forever bound to the dance of shadows and the ancient secrets of Duskwood.